Stop. Right now, stop everything and listen. Because what is about to reach your heart was not placed before you by accident. This is not a random video. This is not a coincidence. This exact moment, this breath you are drawing right now was written into existence long before your name was ever spoken over the earth. You were led here, the path that brought you to this very screen, the tired scroll of your finger, the quiet ache that has lived inside your chest for longer than you care. To admit all of it, every single thread was woven together by hands far greater than any force this world has ever known. Heaven guided you here, and heaven does not make mistakes. This is your moment, not tomorrow. Not when things get easier, not when you finally feel strong enough now, this very instant. I am speaking directly to you. Can you feel it? That subtle stirring in your spirit? That warmth beginning to spread through your chest even as these words reach you? That is not your imagination. That is the unmistakable presence of the one who has been watching over you through every sleepless night. Every silent cry, every moment when you smiled for the world while your soul was quietly breaking behind your eyes. I saw you, every single time. And today, I have come to speak. Not because you have it all together, not because your faith has been perfect. I have come precisely because you are tired, precisely because the weight has become heavy, precisely because the distance between where you are and where I created you to be has become a wound that nothing in this world has been able to close. This message was prepared for you in the halls of eternity before the foundations of the earth were laid. These words are not arriving late. They are arriving at exactly the right time, because I operate on the perfect timing of divine love, not the fractured calendar of human doubt. So breathe, sit with me, and let me speak to the depths of your heart, because what I am about to tell you is going to change everything. Type Amen right now if you believe God brought you to this moment on purpose. Let that be your first declaration. Let that be the opening of the door. I know what has been happening in the hidden places of your life, the spaces no camera reaches, the rooms where no one else comes in. I know about the nights you lay awake at 3 a.m. with your heart pounding, wondering if anyone in the universe was paying attention. I know about the tears shed silently into your pillow. I know about the brave face you wear every morning, the performance of being fine that exhausts your spirit more than any hard labor ever could. I know about the prayer that seemed to evaporate the moment it left your lips. I know about the season when everything fell apart at once, the relationships that cracked, the finances that shook, the future you had been building with such careful hands that suddenly looked like rubble at your feet. I know about the night you whispered into the dark, "God, are you even there?" And the silence felt so absolute that you began to wonder if you had been wrong about everything. I know, beloved child, I know, and I want you to hear this with every cell of your being, that silence was never absence. That waiting was never abandonment. That desert was never punishment. You have been carrying something that was never meant to be carried alone. Every tear you have ever shed has been caught in my hands before it hit the ground. Not one has been wasted. Not one has gone unnoticed. Not one dissolved into an indifferent universe. Every single drop was a seed, and seeds do not reveal what they are becoming while they are still buried underground. You have watched people around you flourish, watched blessings pour into lives that seemed far less deserving, and in the quiet of your heart you asked why. Why them and not me? What is wrong with me? Hear me. Nothing is wrong with you, not a single thing. The delay was not a denial. What looked like a closed door was a protected door. What felt like silence was a space in which I was working on your behalf in ways your eyes could not yet perceive. While you waited, I was building. While you doubted, I was aligning. While you wept, I was weaving every broken thread of your story into something so extraordinary that when you finally see it in full, you will not be able to stop the tears of gratitude. I saw you trying to be strong when no one was watching. I saw you drag yourself through days that felt impossible. I saw you choose to keep going even when every part of you wanted to stop. That courage, the courage no one applauded. The endurance no one celebrated was seen by me, recorded in eternity. You are not invisible to me. You have never been invisible to me. Comment yes if you have felt forgotten. Let your yes be a declaration that you are stepping into a new awareness today. Now I need to reveal something that will reframe every painful chapter you have walked through. every setback that left you confused, every opposition that came from nowhere. There is a reason your path has been so relentlessly hard. Not because you are weak, not because you are cursed, but because what I placed inside you is so extraordinary, so significant to eternity that the forces of darkness recognized it long before you did. You have been targeted. Targeted because you carry something that threatens everything the enemy has built. Darkness does not waste ammunition on things that pose no threat. A fire in a field goes unnoticed, but a fire in a palace demands immediate response. You have been under siege because you are a palace, because what dwells inside you, the calling, the purpose breathed into your spirit before you were born, blazes with a light that darkness cannot afford to ignore. The enemy saw what I placed in you before you were formed. He saw the testimony your life was going to become. He saw the generations that would be transformed by your story. And so he worked relentlessly to stop you. He used betrayal. He used loneliness. He used financial pressure. He used your own thoughts, whispering that you were not enough, not worthy, not capable of the life I promised you. But here is what the enemy never understood, and what I need you to receive right now. He cannot finish what I have started. He cannot cancel what I have ordained. Every attack meant to destroy you only deepened your roots. Every storm designed to uproot you only drove your foundation lower into the bedrock of my promises. You were not weakened by what you walked through. You were forged. The fire meant to consume you became the furnace that purified you. And now the very thing the enemy used to silence you is about to become the loudest testimony this generation has ever heard. Not anymore. Not today. Not ever again. The season of being pressed down is ending. The season of rising has begun. Before I tell you what is coming, you need to understand who you are. The breakthrough on its way does not belong to someone who sees themselves as small, as damaged, as beyond reach. It belongs to a son, a daughter, a chosen, anointed, purpose-filled carrier of the light of eternity. Let me tell you who you are. Before the first morning star sang its song, before the mountains rose from the earth, before the oceans were poured into their places, I knew you. I spoke your name. I formed you in the secret place with intentionality so precise, so full of love, that every detail of your being was crafted by design, not by accident, by the most deliberate act of eternal love the universe has ever witnessed. You were chosen with the full knowledge of every failure you would ever make, every doubt you would ever carry, every midnight when you would wonder if you were too far gone to be reached and chosen anyway. That is not obligation. That is love. You are not the sum of your worst moments. You are not the definition the world assigned you in your most broken hour. You are not the wound. You are not the wanderer. You are not the forgotten one. You are the beloved. You are the called. You are the carrier of a light this generation desperately needs. The very parts of yourself you have hidden, the parts you believed were disqualifying, those are the parts I am going to use most powerfully. Do you hear me? The things you thought disqualified you are the very things that qualify you for what I am about to do. Open that place inside you that still dares to hope. Just a crack is enough. Just the willingness to say, maybe what God says about me is true. Type chosen right now. Declare it. Let it become the foundation of every step you take from this moment forward. Now I will speak to you about what is coming. Lean in. This word has been held in the courts of eternity, sealed until the precise moment when your heart was ready. And that moment is now this breath, this heartbeat, this very second. Heaven is opening over you. I declare that the season of withholding is ending. The long winter that froze your progress, stiffened your hope, made the life I created you for feel impossible to reach it is ending. Not gradually. Suddenly I am a God of sudden lies. I am the God who turns mourning into dancing overnight, who opens in a single moment what no amount of striving could unlock in 100 years. I am about to move suddenly in your life. What you have been asking for, not just with words, but with the deepest groan of your spirit, the longing beneath all your conscious prayers, I have heard it. Every word, every sigh, every wordless ache rising from your heart in the night when language itself was not enough. I heard all of it. And heaven is responding. The door that seemed permanently sealed, the opportunity, the relationship, the provision, the healing is about to swing open. Not because you finally did enough, but because the fullness of time has arrived, because I have declared that this is the moment your answer manifests. Finances tight beyond explanation are about to shift. Resources you did not see coming are moving toward you right now, as these words find your spirit. What I am bringing will not merely cover your need, it will overflow into the lives of the people around you and become a testimony no one can argue with. Relationships that were broken, bridges you thought burned beyond rebuilding, I am touching them. The right people are being positioned to enter your life and recognize what they see in you, because I will make it unmistakable. The health strained by seasons of surviving rather than thriving, I am touching it. I am the God whose word still speaks to cells, to tissue, to every system carrying the weight of grief and exhaustion. Receive healing right now, not as wishful thinking, but as a declaration from the throne of heaven. And the purpose, the dream I placed inside you that fear has been trying to bury, it is not dead. It was never dead. It was preserved. And it is about to be activated in ways you cannot currently imagine. But what I am about to reveal next will unlock why this timing is so critical. Because there is an intercession rising on your behalf that heaven can no longer hold back. Type breakthrough now. Declare it over your life before the courts of heaven. There is a place where love never falls silent. Not the loud love of performance, but the deep, marrow-level love that only a mother carries. The kind that began in a womb and never ended. The kind that kept vigil over a sleeping child and whispered prayers into the dark. The kind that felt your pain in her own body even when miles separated you. That carried your name before my throne with a persistence that made even angels pause. I need to tell you something your heart may have been afraid to fully believe. She never stopped. The prayers your mother prayed for you, every tear shed on your behalf, every petition that rose from her knees in the quiet of the night, those prayers did not end when she drew her last breath on earth. Love like that does not stop at the border of mortality. It crosses every boundary, moves through every veil, transcends every limitation of time and space. She is here, not in the way your eyes could see, not in the way your arms could hold, but present before my throne in the most real sense eternity allows, in an intercession that has never ceased, in a love I receive from her and pour back upon you like rain on dry land. She does not approach with fanfare. She comes quietly the way she once came to your bedside when you were small and frightened. She speaks your name, just your name, the way only she ever said it, with a tenderness so particular, so specific to you, that all of heaven recognizes exactly whose child she is speaking about. She does not ask me to make your path easy. She asks me to give you strength. She asks me to protect the light inside you that the world keeps trying to dim. She asks me to remind you on the days when the dark feels permanent that you are loved with a love that death itself could not sever. She prays with tears, but not tears of despair, tears of faith. Each one a seed planted in heaven's soil. Each one carrying the authority of a mother who laid you before my throne, years before you were capable of laying yourself there. And those prayers have never been denied. Every time an unexpected peace swept over you in the middle of a crisis, that was her intercession reaching you. Every time a problem resolved in ways you could not explain. Every time strength returned from a source you could not identify. Every time you pulled back from the edge of giving up without fully understanding why, I was answering her. Delivering her prayers to your spirit in the language of comfort, provision, and unseen protection. She has not left you. She has simply moved closer to the source of everything you need. And in this precise, sacred moment, she and I are speaking over your life together. She with the mother love that never fades. I with the eternal love that fanned her love into being. Together, we declare over you, you are not forgotten. You are not alone. The waiting is over. When peace touches you today with no earthly explanation, when warmth spreads through your chest and you cannot account for it, breathe it in. That is the echo of her love arriving through the avenue of my spirit, reminding you that the love that brought you into this world has never stopped working for you. Comment 777 right now if you felt this in your spirit. Let that be your declaration that the intercession has been heard, and the answer already released. Now I am asking something from you, not a performance, not a ritual, not perfect words delivered with perfect faith. I am asking for something simpler and far more powerful. I am asking for your yes, just your yes. Say it right now out loud if you are able, or in the deep interior of your spirit where only you and I can hear. Yes, Lord, I receive what you are speaking. Yes, I believe this moment is real. Yes, I choose to trust you with the parts of my life I have been carrying alone. Yes, I open my hands and release what I have been gripping in fear. Yes, that yes, simple, imperfect, trembling, if it needs to tremble, is the key that opens the door. The miracle is already finished in heaven. It already bears your name. The only thing remaining is for you to step into alignment with what has been prepared. And alignment begins with the choice to believe. Pray this with me, Lord. I come before you not in strength, but in honesty. I am tired. I have carried things not meant to be carried alone. I have doubted in ways that shame me, but I am here. You brought me here, and if you brought me here, you are not finished with me. So I receive right now what you are speaking over my life. I receive the breakthrough. I receive the healing in my body, in my mind, in my spirit, in my home, in my finances, in my relationships. I release the shame of what has been. I receive the identity you gave me before I was born, and I believe, Lord, help the part of me that still doubts that the love prayed over me has not been wasted, that the intercession of those I have loved and lost has not gone unheard, that you are right now in this breath, at work on my behalf, amen. From this moment forward, this is the before. Everything before this moment was preparation. Everything after is fulfillment. Within 7 days, watch for signs of what I am setting in motion. Within 21 days, you will see the shift. Within 40 days, the testimony will be undeniable to you, to everyone around you, to anyone who ever doubted that I am faithful, because I am faithful, and I will complete what I have begun. Beloved child, you did not receive this message only for yourself. The love that found you here, the word that reached into the hidden places of your heart and named what has been living there in the dark, it was not given only to bring you comfort. It was given to make you a carrier, a vessel through which the same fire burning in your chest right now flows outward and sets other hearts ablaze. Right now, there are people in your life sitting in the exact darkness you were sitting in before this moment reached you. They are lying awake with the same questions. They are carrying the same invisible weight. They are telling the same brave lies to the same watching world. Your sharing of this message could be the answer to a prayer they have been crying for months. Think about who came to your mind just now. I placed that face in your thoughts deliberately because I know what they need, and I know you are the one I have chosen to carry it to them. Sending this is not simply a social media action. It is an act of love. It is a spiritual seed carrying within it the same power as the word that reached you. Be that someone today. Share this with the person whose face appeared in your mind. Tag them in the comments, send it privately, post it to your story. Let the ripple expand until it reaches shores you will never personally see. This is how I work through you. Not on grand stages. In the quiet, faithful act of saying to the person beside you, here, I found something real. Come and see, hear me now. I, the Lord, am speaking the final declaration over your life. I declare that the winds that once blew against you are now shifting in your favor. I declare that the walls of fear, of poverty, of shame, of loneliness, of sickness, of confusion, they are coming down. Not because you are strong enough to demolish them, because I have spoken. And when I speak, creation obeys. I declare that the doors I prepared for you will open. Suddenly, swiftly. I declare provision into every area of your life marked by lack. I am not a God of barely enough. I am the God who prepares feasts in the presence of opposition, who takes what seemed like nothing and multiplies it until it overflows. I declare peace over your home. Where conflict has lived, where misunderstanding built walls between hearts designed to be close, my peace is entering. Not the fragile, conditional peace the world offers and then withdraws. My peace, the peace that holds you steady in the center of every storm. I declare healing over your body, over your mind, over the nervous system that has been living in emergency for so long that rest feels unfamiliar. I am healing the deep places, the memory of trauma, the pathways of anxiety worn smooth by years of rehearsal, the places where grief took up residence and began to feel permanent. I declare freedom over every chain wrapped around your potential, the pattern that has repeated through seasons as if it were simply who you are. It is not who you are. It is a chain, and I am breaking it today. Now, Not anymore. Not today. Not ever again. I declare favor over your name, favor in rooms you have been afraid to enter. Favor with people in positions of influence who do not yet know your name but will. Supernatural, unmistakable favor. The kind that makes people say, there is something about that person. A light follows them. A hand of blessing rests on their life. That hand is mine, and it has always been on you. You carry more than you know. You are capable of more than fear has told you. And I, who breathed you into existence, who chose you before the foundation of the world, who has been working in every silent and waiting season, I am not finished. Not even close. The best chapters of your story are still ahead. The most powerful moments of your impact are still waiting to be lived. And I will be with you in every one of them, faithful, present, unchanging, completely and overwhelmingly in love with you. Feel the weight lifting right now. Feel the air shifting. Feel what has been sitting on your chest beginning slowly, surely, powerfully to rise and dissolve in the light of what has just been declared. This is heaven touching earth. This is my spirit moving over your life. This is the moment the rest of your story begins. You have received something real today. And now I am asking you to do 3 things, not as requirements, not as conditions attached to the blessing, but as acts of faith that seal what has been spoken and carry it forward into the days ahead. First, like this message right now. Not as a social media gesture, as a declaration, a movement of your hand that says, I received this, I believe this. I am saying yes to what was spoken over me today. Every act of faith, however small, is a seed. Every seed carries the DNA of the harvest. Second, subscribe and turn on notifications so you continue to receive what heaven is releasing. Day by day, what I am speaking will continue to reach you, strengthen you, prepare you for what is coming, and remind you on the days when you forget of everything declared over your life in this moment. Stay connected to what is nourishing your spirit. Third, share this with the person who came to your mind during this message. Not because sharing unlocks your blessing has already been released, but because someone you love is sitting right now in the same darkness you were in before this reached you. You have the ability to be the hand of God extended to them today. Comment below right now. Write the area of your life where you are declaring breakthrough. Write the name of the person you are sending this to. Write Amen if you received the declaration over your life, if you felt the presence of the one who sees you. If you are choosing, in this moment, with whatever faith you have, to believe that you are not forgotten. And when you see the evidence of what has been declared, when the door opens, when the provision comes, when the healing begins, when the calling you almost gave up on becomes undeniable, come back. Tell the story. Let your testimony be the encouragement that carries someone else through their darkest night. Because that is how love multiplies. One person, one act of faith in the dark, one moment of choosing to believe becoming a wave that covers shores no one in the room could have imagined reaching. It begins now. With this, yes, heaven has spoken. The decree is made. The answer is already on its way. Now go and live like it.